Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for this memory plan for the week starting August 10. I'm just taking you through this kit, which is one of the older kits from Live, Love and Craft, but still an oldie bit of goodie. Plenty of stickers as always, lots to choose from and a lovely design. It's got a chic girl boss theme to it, and it is in some lovely deep blues, and I'm adding rose gold foil to this. So I'm just going to take you through the foundation quickly and then we will get to the planning. As always with the Live, Love and Craft kits, there's such a huge choice to decide on for the full boxes and the sidebar. So moving across to the sidebar, I decided to use the what I would refer to as the quote box, although there was more than one, and that is should, would, could and did, and I've popped that right up to the top. In these last few spreads I've been using the whole page, and I've taken that right to the top of this particular page. Then I went to put, I divided one of those long strips into some washi, but I decided not to put a blue one under there, but to put a contrast and use one of the pink glitter headers out of the kit. And then underneath this, I thought I'd go back and put my usual trackers. So I've stuck with some pink here just to break up the blue. Or there's quite a good variety of habit tracker in Susie's kits. So, and then I've gone back to that blueprint to use underneath there to pull those together. And then underneath that, the long sticker that has the this week and the reminders on it. So sometimes for that long one, I will use gratitudes, or I might do meals and that sort of thing. So I think on this spread, I decided to put my three gratitudes in the bottom where the reminders are and use the other for the meals. I took another full box choice and just trimmed that up to match the bottom washi. And I was quite happy. That seems to be a reasonably nice balance of pinks and blues, which are working fine. So going back through the sheets now, I decided to add my work stickers. So I've used the quarter boxes, and there was one slightly larger one, larger than a quarter box, but not quite as big, probably not even quite as big as a third box, but nevertheless, there's another box in there that I use as well. And that was to mark the days that I was working in the clinic and the days that I had working at home. So this week I had 2 work from home days and the other 3 were in the clinic. And the week previously I would have had 3 work from home days and the others in the clinic. That's sort of how the fortnight pans out since we've gone to the new rosters. So I'm using a Mum and Me work script, which is one of my favourites. It's a really good size, and as I mentioned earlier, this is in the rose gold foil, and I'm taking those across the top or underneath the date covers. And then I'm also adding a work from home script, and this one is actually one of mine. Again, this is in the rose gold foil, and I'm popping that on the 2 days that I worked from home. So let's head off to Monday and get started with the week. No secrets as to what the first sticker I lay down is going to be. Using one of the littles, although they're larger than a littles. I'm using a Coffee Monday script, and that is also one of mine, and I'm adding a little coffee cup beside that, which is another one of my little stickers that I've printed up. I like to use lots of other shops, but sometimes it's nice to have a couple of others in your stash that you can call on and get a little bit of variety into the spreads. It's all about the stickers and the varieties and the colours and the designs. So then I'm moving down underneath that Coffee Monday sticker using another, well, say third box from the kit. I just needed to remind myself that I had to order some vellum and some acetate. Wanted to look at some new designs for my new planner coming, the Aura Estelle Cloud, and I wanted to start designing to get that set up. So now I've moved down underneath that double box and made a note on here that the afternoon was spent preparing the agenda for the Zoom meeting, and I've marked that with a little Crafts by Towie planner with a pen and a little bow, which is rather nice. Then underneath there, I just popped in what we had for tea that night, even though I end up doubling up in the sidebar. But I've used Harriet Wright Designs' lovely foiled bow icon there with a knife and fork. And then I've added that we had roast lamb this night with some veggies. And then I've realised after I've started writing it that I had picked up the wrong pen, which is a little bit darker than the one I like to use. But nevertheless, no big deal. These things happen. I've used a to-do from the kit, popped that down. Also adding a little bit of pink back into this fairly heavily blue kit. Still lovely. And then I've popped on a meeting sticker over a little round foiled shape there and marked that I had a Zoom meeting at 8 o'clock. I'm now moving across to Tuesday, and I've taken a half box and just marked in a couple of the things that I need to do at work that morning, which was update the wages book and the minutes from the previous night's meeting and some financial reports for the clinic on this day. So I've popped that full box with the blue pattern around it from the kit underneath the work from home sticker. And so now I'm moving down to the, and I've added a Crafts by Towie bow icon there with the laptop, just to refer to the fact that I was at work, or rather working on the laptop because I was working from home. And then I've gone down to the bottom of the page and added another one of those meeting stickers because Monday night we had a clinical meeting and Tuesday night it was an admin meeting. So it was a couple of meetings this week and I just wanted to work out how much room I was going to have. I've gone back up with another one of those patterned third boxes and I've put another coffee sticker, not Coffee Monday, just coffee, with another little coffee sticker from my sticker stash. And then I've thought I'll use a little bit of this deco because it's really quite pretty, the deco that's in the kit. And I've just popped on there that I also needed to prepare another and a new agenda for the meeting that we were having that evening. And so that has managed to pop into that gap down the bottom of the page, which is why I went down to put the meeting there just to see how I would end up space-wise. And I did, although I do like the white space, I did decide to add from my newest addiction, a bowstring divider in there, which is really sweet. They are very cute dividers. I really like them. Then using a couple of flags from the kit, I've sort of overlaid those and popped on some deco. I first laid that deco down and it just didn't work from where I wanted to put the writing. That got a bit lost on the page. So I did try to move it, but in the process it tore and I've ended up going back to get a couple of other pieces of deco. But I was just adding on there that it was just a beautiful sunny day this morning and I was heading into work later in the afternoon and I really enjoyed the sunshine streaming through the window in the morning. It was a pretty crazy busy morning and we seem to get them fluctuating. Usually we have a couple of predictable busy days, but with COVID it's just all over the place and this was definitely one of those days. I've popped down to the bottom again and I've added a show that I've been enjoying on a Wednesday evening called Confession. It's a true story about a British crime, and that's proving to be quite interesting. And I've added a little TV icon to the side of that, and I'm pretty sure that one was from Samantha May Sticks. Then I've popped it back up to one of the Littles boxes and noted that we had Mexican bowl this night, and I used another one of those Harriet Wright design meal stickers. They're really quite lovely. Harriet's designs are really, really lovely. Now I've just gone between there. As I said, although I like the white space, that's perhaps a little bit too big. And I've just popped in one of my dividers. That's actually only in the light gold. I obviously didn't do those dividers when I foiled them in the rose gold, so I'll have to go back and do some of those. With the first half of the week complete, it's time to head over to Thursday. And under the work from home box, I'm adding another one of the Littles and starting this day off with coffee. Definitely a bit of a flavour happening here. There's quite a bit of coffee this week. In fact, COVID in general has increased my coffee habit, which is a little bit of a worry. But anyway, it's a really nice guilty pleasure, and it does help get you through the day. Another update to the wages book this morning, and it's just really difficult at the moment with COVID being the way it is and travelling virtually from home to work and back again. There's not an awful lot going on, and it makes it difficult to put exciting and interesting content into the planner when we're restricted so heavily in Melbourne at the moment. But let's hope those numbers go down soon and people do the right things and we can start to get back to some sort of normal life. I know that we're all craving that. I'm sure I'm not alone. So I've marked up in underneath their coffee sticker a to-do sticker, and just particularly to bring in a little bit of pink, and that I did need to work on that wages book again, so I've used that Crafts by Towie sticker to indicate that I was doing some book work. And then I've popped further down and used a half box because I did a webinar at 12:30 on this day. It was really quite interesting. It was about the future of the medical industry going forward after COVID and all the changes, and what will the normal look like when we return. It was well worth doing, and I got quite a lot out of it. And I've used some deco from the script to do that, which was lovely. And then down the bottom, I needed to pay my car reserve, so I've used a little icon for that. And that night, I watched one of my favourite little English murder mysteries, and that was Father Brown. And so Thursday's now complete, and it's time to move across to Friday. So I've taken, I think, one of the few remaining half boxes, grabbed a bit more of that deco. In this case, it was the lovely slipper. And I marked on there that I needed to catch up on some paperwork that I hadn't got done the day before. The webinar went a bit longer than expected, but that's okay. I did catch up on it the following morning. And so once I had done that, I put down Add Today sticker, and I took one of the fairly plain full boxes that were in the kit, and I used this to make a bit of a tracker. And that was because there was a fairly large arrival of Happy Mail on this day. It's not very often that you get to get 3 parcels, let alone 3 rather exciting parcels. So my beautiful Aura Estelle arrived. So did the unicorn paper, which I've not used before, and it is so beautiful. And my Simply Gilded sub box, which was also a really a lovely lot of Happy Mail to get. And they will be seen, if actually they've probably already gone up because I'm running a little bit behind with my memory plans, but they will be in my next haul. So moving along from the Happy Mail to the Friday night, I decided to watch, I think it was actually a movie, I don't think it was on Netflix, it was on the telly. It's called The Fifth Wave. It was quite good, but it seemed like at the end it finished with a bit left to tell. So whether there's going to be a second series or how they're going to do that, I don't know. And I've used another one of those television icons as well. So I've used a Live, Love and Craft sticker for sleeping in on top of a pink flag over there on Saturday morning. And then underneath that, I spent most of the morning printing up stickers and popping them down. So the laptop is from Mr. and Mrs. Mint, and the print and cut sticker is one of my own. And then I've just finished off that day with a plain blue piece of washi across the bottom there. So Saturday was a pretty lazy and reasonably relaxing day. Actually, it wasn't that lazy really. It was quite productive. I tend to print up a batch of stickers, and then when I'm finished all the ones that I need, I go to my silhouette, cut them all out, and then I set the ink up and do my foiling. So good productive day on Saturday, but I did spend the evening relaxing. And then on Sunday morning, I've used one of the little things stickers from the kit, and on another third box sticker, I've added that I did a voiceover. So that was the voiceover for the next memory plan that you will be seeing. And then I've also popped down the bottom of that on another box from the kit, time to plan, and that was from Arctic Paper Studio. I had already done the haul on these, so I've started using them. Then I've taken some lovely little bows that Monique was good enough to make for me, and I bought a few of those at the time. So I'm just adding some little rose gold bows to a few bits and pieces of the deco across the page to try and bring in a little bit more foil. Then popping back to the sidebar and having a look at what I was going to write up this week, decided on my meals for the top list, even though I had marked a couple of them in my dailies, but that was okay. Pop them in there anyway. It's always sort of good to see what I've had if we're trying to plan the next week's meals. And then I decided for my reminders to just remind myself of some really good things to do during the week, just mainly to keep ahead of all of the extra stress that COVID brings. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to hear your feedback as to what you might like to see in future videos. Do you like the chat? Do you like the stickers? Do you want to know where they all come from? Or is there anything else you'd like to see? Thanks again. See you next time.